JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, bail extended for a female driver in viral police chase. Bail was today extended by the traffic court for Nicole Williams, the woman who led the police in a chase across the corporate area in April. The chase, which was captured on video, went viral on social media platforms. Williams, a warehouse manager who appeared very remorseful, made her first appearance in court this morning. She's to return to court on Wednesday, June 22. She's been represented by attorney-at-law Esther Reed. Williams was slapped with a total of 5 charges, 4 of which will be heard by the traffic court. The presiding judge, Peter Wilson, dubbed the incident a social media event while explaining that he has not and will not watch the video. Williams was charged with dangerous driving, failure to stop at the request of a constable, disobeying a traffic signal, disobeying a constable's signal, and resisting arrest. She did not enter a plea as her attorney was not present and requested an adjournment. Williams, however, has indicated that her position will be one of guilty. The judge told the accused that come June 22, the parties will try to figure out the best course. He outlined that 2 of the offences, dangerous driving and disobeying a traffic signal, carry deductible points that will be struck from her license. You're not driving home with your license. 6 months to a year, you're not driving, the judge told Williams of what to expect when she reappears in court. Partial disclosure was made in court as the file is incomplete. The arresting officer was not present. 1 killed, 2 others injured in Central Village shooting. A man was killed and 2 others injured in a gun attack in the Valence Blake community of Central Village, St. Catherine, late Monday. The incident occurred in a section of the area called Zambia around 9:50 p.m. Police reports said that the 3 men were walking along a pathway when gunmen opened fire, hitting them. The deceased sustained wounds to his head and upper body and was pronounced dead at hospital. The other 2 men were shot in the thigh and shoulder. Last Friday, Marcia Dillion, 59, was killed in Central Village at a wake for her mother, who was due to be buried on the weekend. Dillion had traveled from the United States for the funeral. Franklin Town residents lashed cops for failing to clear roadblocks mounted by thugs. Superintendent in charge of the Kingston Eastern Police Division, Tommy Lee Chambers, is moving to assure residents of some sections of Franklin Town who have grown frustrated over roadblocks mounted by people believed to be thugs that the cops are going to clear the roadways. In a recent interview, Chambers said that, "We are waiting on the front-end loaders to assist us. We requested those from specialized operations, so as soon as we get them, then it will be cleared." Chambers did not say what timeline was given to her by specialized operations for the equipment to be available. In the meantime, residents continue to accuse the police of taking too long to remove the roadblocks, some of which were mounted as far back as November last year. The residents have alleged that following a drive-by shooting, criminal elements used that as an excuse to block the roads. According to some residents, the roadblocks were geared less towards preventing drive-by shootings, but to create a cover for gunmen to walk about freely. A male resident who requested not to be named said that he felt the police have been turning a blind eye to the situation and have shown little interest to deal with the problem. Last Friday, photographs of at least 2 roadblocks in the community have been obtained. One is located near the intersection of Wellington Street and Somerset Avenue, and another was seen close to the York Street and Cumberland Avenue intersection. We are very upset about the roadblocks by thugs. Them block the road from November and are adamant that them now pull it. And every time something pop up, them say they're going to block more of it. The police go to them begging them to remove the roadblock, and them say them nah pull it. Every day the police them just a drive around without any attempt to remove it, claimed the resident. What happened the other day was that there was a guy whose mother was sick, and when she was going to go to the hospital, the road blocked up. Her son had to push her in a wheelchair because no taximan can't get access. No bus not coming to Franklin Town again, so the robot taxi them around things. It was a route for the robot taxis, but them have to divert now to Victoria Street. Them can't come on Wellington Street, he added. With a new police station opened in the community in March, another resident implored the leadership of the division to ensure that they have more than enough personnel at the location to prevent activities such as roadblocks that facilitate gangsters who wish to parade in the community with their illegal firearms. She said the police should not be healed into the criminals. The man they must say with the roadblocks, nobody can come shoot up the place. But the police have a new and bigger police station and they are turning a blind eye to the roadblocks. The thugs at the roadblocks because they can have their guns on them. It is easier because them can see the police from far. It has to be addressed. People have it twisted that the police is weak. Or police are negotiate with man for move roadblock. Another female resident charged that it gives people the impression that the police are afraid to remove the roadblocks since they have failed to do so since late last year. There are roadblocks on Wellington and York Streets, Cumberland and Somerset Avenues. It is nothing but a cover for man to walk up and down with them guns. Them don't want to remove the roadblocks as if they are assisting the thugs. People be driving through the community and they are stopping them and ticketing them for seatbelts. And you're not telling the thugs to remove the roadblocks, the resident charged. One Don Gang trial resumption delayed due to malfunction in AC units. The resumption of the One Don Gang trial has been pushed back to Thursday. The matter could not proceed today due to malfunction in air conditioning units at the Supreme Court. The trial was adjourned on May 12 to facilitate the preparation by defense lawyers for no-case submissions to reputed One Don Gang leader Andre Blackman Bryan and the 32 of his alleged cronies. They are being tried on an indictment with 25 counts under the Criminal Justice, Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act and the Firearms Act. Defense lawyers were scheduled to start making their submissions today before Chief Justice Brian Sykes, but due to the delay are expected to begin on Thursday. The prosecution has completed its case. Phillips says PM's NHD statement an insult to workers and the trade unions. Opposition spokesman on Transport, Works and Housing, Michael Phillips, says Prime Minister Andrew Holness's statement last Friday that the National Housing Trust NHD is not a welfare institution, as believed by some members of the working class, was not only insulting to Jamaican workers and their trade unions, but was an unwarranted and unfortunate remark, especially during Workers' Week. Holness made the comment while speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony of the Union Acres Housing Development in Herwin, St. James. There is an illogical thinking amongst our people where it is believed that if we run our business as a charitable organization, we'll have the resources to be charitable. I want that point to sink in. The NHD, by virtue of government policy, and certainly by the direction that I have given, has a duty to ensure that it can provide affordable housing, the Prime Minister had said. His comment has since received public backlash. On Tuesday, Phillips described the remarks as rude and insensitive, as NHD and its accomplishments represent the blood, sweat and tears of the Jamaican working class through their compulsory contribution taken from salaries. It was the foresight of the Manley administration in 1975 which led to the establishment of the trust as a social contract partnership with workers and trade unions, and the workers accepted it as a way to buy a house, not to receive charity, he said in a statement. Phillips said any worker or trade union should be able to make proposals on making the NHD more responsive to workers without being subject to verbal abuse and insults, purely because the Prime Minister presides over the NHD policy making. I would encourage complete discussion and participation of an idea to better the trust, even if it does not meet the approval of an incumbent from either political party, but to disparage the institution and its accomplishments is a regressive approach and unbecoming of a head of government. The Member of Parliament said workers in Jamaica were well aware of the purposes outlined in the Memorandum of Objects Reasons of the NHD Act. He said their contribution over 46 years has made the Trust Jamaica's foremost financial institution in providing housing finance for the working class and the poor. He said instead of responding to a proposal by an officer of the Trade Union Confederation in such a hostile manner, the Prime Minister should focus on applying greater thought and policy formulation to increase the stock of lower-income housing available to Jamaicans. The Prime Minister does not need any reminder that in the 2017-2018 financial year, he signed an amendment to the NHD, taking $11.4 billion annual from the Trust for budgetary support for 4 financial years, the statement added. Reminding the working class that the NHD was not a welfare institution is highly misplaced. 236 new COVID-19 cases, 2 more deaths. Jamaica on Monday reported 238 new cases of COVID-19 and 2 new virus-related deaths, bringing the total confirmed cases to 135,331 and the death toll to 3,039. Of the newly reported cases, there were 142 females and 93 males, with ages ranging from 1 day to 108 years. The new cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew, 20, St. Catherine, 15, St. James, 87, St. Anne, 14, St. Mary, 22, Westmoreland, 27, Trelawney, 11, Manchester, 8, St. Elizabeth and Hanover, 14. Meanwhile, the latest fatalities are a 77-year-old female from St. Catherine who died in September 2021, a 72-year-old male from St. Catherine who died in October 2021. According to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the country also recorded 125 recoveries for a total of 86,288. The country's positivity rate from the latest batch of testing is 32.5%. There are 3,364 active cases of the virus on the island. Approximately 107 patients are hospitalized. 3 of them are critically ill. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.